to talk about how you can do Glee if you have a 5-day camp program that you're working with. So for this module, we're going to be assuming that you are going to be spending about an hour to an hour and a half on Glee each day. Now, in this modified program, we'll still be doing all of the normal activities of Glee. The action jar, the activities and games, the newscast, the pledging. They'll just be in a slightly different format than the normal Glee program allows for. So, to start, we'll talk about the action jar activity. The action jar activity is a critical part of Glee and should be done at the beginning of every day. However, your camp program might have different requirements for the girls each day. So if that's the case, try and think about behaviors that might fit more evenly into their camp experience and take out some of the behaviors that might not make as much sense. For example, turning off lights probably makes sense in your camp program, but some of the other behaviors might not be as easy for the girls to think about while they're in that camp space. Next is the educational activities. So like we said, we're thinking that you're spending about an hour to an hour and a half on Glee each day. Each of these educational activities takes about 30 to 40 minutes, so be sure and budget for that in your time that you're setting aside for Glee. These activities are really important, so we suggest spending one day on each of the activities as outlined in the previous modules. Now, another really critical part of Glee is the newscast. So the newscast allows girls to share what they've learned and be models for themselves and for each other on all the things that they have learned in the Glee program and how they're going to become energy advocates later on. So in the newscast, be sure and set aside time for the girls to tape themselves, yes, but also to watch what they've taped so they get a chance to have that fun moment of reflection with their cabin mates or their camp mates at the end of the day. So one thing we want to say also is in your camp program, you may, if you're outdoors, have an opportunity to really connect some of the things that they learn in Glee with the environment that we're trying to preserve through this program. So if you have that opportunity, feel free to link some of the things they're seeing, healthy ecosystems and habitats, with the Glee program and the behaviors that we're trying to get the girls to adopt. So after the newscast, we have the pledging. Pledging is an important component of Glee because it allows the girls to think about how they're going to incorporate these actions into their daily lives. So if this is a day camp where kids are going home at the end of each day, have them think about an activity or an action that they can do while they're home and talk about when they get back to the camp the next day. In addition, if you have the resources and opportunities to give takeaways, this is a great way to help the girls reinforce some of the actions they've learned about and take them when they go home. So if you have those opportunities, give the girls the takeaways that correspond to each lesson at the end of the day. Also, for parents, incorporating parents into the Glee process is really important for helping the girls to translate what they learn in Glee to what they work on back at home and after the Glee program is over. So sending the newsletter home with parents daily is a critical way of reinforcing the things that the girls have learned in Glee and helping get the parents on board and helping them adopt those behaviors and integrate them into their lives. Now, anyone who finishes the action jar and the newscast and all 5 of the educational activities gets a patch, which is one of the most exciting parts of the Glee program. So be sure on the last day to set aside some time for the girls to really celebrate what they've learned in camp and what they've gotten from the Glee program by having a small patch ceremony or something like that to help the girls come together and celebrate their accomplishments. This could also take the form of a skit or a talent show where the girls can show off some of the videos that they've made and the things that they've learned and the games that they've played throughout the course of the week. Now, we should say that no matter how long you're planning to spend on Glee, all of these resources are available on the Glee website, glee.stanford.edu. This includes modules and trainings and takeaways and all of that cool stuff that you'll need to have the Glee program work seamlessly into your camp. This will also soon be available on the Girl Scout store website, so stay tuned. We're excited to be able to show it there too.